Haydenfilms Institute, here to talk with Joe Ninivaggi of Hasbro. Tell us all about the new toy line that Hasbro has with Star Wars. So Joe, our first question for our fans. Hasbro has said that all figures should be make it to market, but yet some countries are still lacking in full distribution. Why is that?
Well, distribution has been a challenge for us pretty much across the globe these last couple of years, and we're working hard to solve that. I think we have Force Friday coming up. That's September 4th, when our line for The Force Awakens comes out. You'll see a hard reset and a much better distribution flow moving forward. So we've produced a lot of figures, especially like Rebels characters. We've heard a lot of people haven't been able to get their hands on the Rebels 5-point articulated characters. They're produced. We're still getting them through the system, but there's been some backlog and some difficulties in different regions throughout the world. So we are very aware of it. We're working on it, and we promise you won't have that issue come this fall.
Now, solid cases, they've been made it to the market in the U.S., but will other countries see solid cases as figures as well, or is it going to be a U.S. thing?
No, absolutely. In fact, in fall, solid cases have been so important, especially for our online business. We're going to have those available globally, absolutely.
What is the long-term goal for the six-inch figure lines, even for the Black Series, and how long do you keep on planning to keep this line around?
There's no end in sight. In fact, Black Series 6 inch is our #1 item across the world right now, so it's just been super. It's been amazing. It's been exceeding expectations. We're seeing that collectors and adult fans, as well as kids of all ages, are actually buying into it too. So it's just great. I mean, to get that scale and that level of detail and articulation at a $19.99 price point is just phenomenal, and it's working very well for us. So there's no end in sight. We're expanding it, as you'll see. We're introduced to the first really large-scale vehicle we've ever done, and we have a lot of great 6-inch figures coming soon.
All right, but what about the 3.75-inch lines? Are those ending?
No, 3 3/4 is not going to end. I can't talk specifically about what details are going to relate to anything that's not shown right now, but I can tell you that in Force Friday, September 4th, there'll be a lot more in market than what's shown here at Comic-Con.
With Episode 7 coming around the corner, what are the chances of seeing like the big Millennium Falcon in vintage boxes? For example, our Asker doesn't really seem to get those in Germany. Just
yeah. Yeah, we had the Millennium Falcon a couple of years ago, the classic one. I can't say whether or not we're going to have it out this fall, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Okay, hopefully. Yeah. When do you officially announce the Episode 7 toys?
Well, the Episode 7 toys that you don't see here, they'll hit shelves on September 4th. So we've been very strategic. I know a lot of the fan sites are wondering, like, is this it? What we're showing at Comic-Con? Because typically in any other year, we would have shown everything before we'd hit shelves in September. We're being very strategic with Lucasfilm. We want to just kind of gradually release a little bit. But ultimately on Force Friday, September 4th at midnight, we want it to be a huge experience for fans to be able to go to stores and actually see the product for the first time where they can buy it. So we're just taking a little bit of a different tack this time, but there will be a very substantial line. Mostly Force Awakens, but still classic characters and Rebels that hit shelves. So there's a really good chance that this is the last you'll see in terms of a reveal until you're actually at stores.
Our Asker feels that the 3 3/4-inch Black Series is getting the short end of the stick. How come we don't see this line in stores like the Rebels line?
It's the same situation. We actually had a lot of waves come out this spring that we've been having a hard time getting through. In fact, I think there were 2 full waves, most of which we revealed at New York Comic-Con last year, and they had a few others to show at Celebration. So that's the waves with Wolf and Thorn and all those clones. And the Leia Bouche and Han and Carbonite, they're out. They're moving out there, but it's taken a longer time to get to shelves. So there's still a substantial amount of super articulated 3 3/4-inch figures from this spring that just haven't hit shelves yet. So they're getting there.
Are you concerned that hardcore fans are turning away from the line because of 5-point articulation and poor distribution, lack of quality? And if you are, have you been making any changes to avoid that?
I mean, we try to create things for everyone. I mean, absolutely. We want to make sure that we have product offerings that satisfy everyone. We've had a lot of success with our 5-point articulated stuff. They're better for kids. They're sort of a nice vintage throwback to the Kenner days as well. 6-inch Black Series is doing phenomenally well for us. So, I mean, right now we're seeing really great results with our line. It's continuing to grow substantially, and we expect it to happen even more for The Force Awakens. So, we hope that whatever we're putting out, everybody's happy with, and we'll see this fall.
And the Pulse Initiative, when are we going to learn more about that?
So you can go on the Pulse right now, actually. So it was officially released about a week before Comic-Con, and you could sign up at the info desk, but you can go to HasbroPulse.com And it's a great initiative. It's all our main kind of collector brands. We have Star Wars, Marvel, My Little Pony, and Transformers. It's just great. They have lots of big beats, reveals, different news beats throughout every week and month. And if you're a fan of any of those brands, I would check it out at least on a weekly basis to see what's new.
Once Episode 7 is in theaters, will the main focus be shifting towards the characters from the movies, or will we see some sublines?
No, I mean, the majority of our line this fall is going to be Force Awakens for sure, but we're never going to abandon, the classic trilogy and Rebels. That's kind of what Star Wars is all about. I mean, there's such an expansive universe, and you will never tire of doing Hans and Leia's and Luke's and everything that comes along with those movies. So I would expect a good probably 60 to 70% Force Awakens, but there'll definitely be some other stuff. And then as time goes on, we'll keep dipping back into that classic as well.
Okay, well, we got one last question for you.
Right.
Now, you brought us the 6-inch line, as you said, it's been very successful. But now with Revoltech, that new company, there's a new player out there making toys. What influence, if at all, does that have on your company in the area of having of your products? And do you think there could be another company offering 3 3/4-inch line figures someday? And is it safe to say that Hasbro will be the only one for the next 2 decades or so?
Well, I mean, you never know. I mean, we have an amazing relationship with Lucasfilm. Hasbro's been producing the figures since the very first movie, in terms of the license, we are the master toy license for figures. So, I mean, there's some great stuff coming out of Sideshow and Hot Toys in terms of super high-end figures. But in terms of that consumable price point, 3 3/4-inch, 6-inch figures, we have that business exclusively, and we love it to death. So, I'm not worried right now.
Well, Joe, thanks for talking to us. Thank you for taking the time out of your day. And you can see more about Hasbro and more about the toys on thealliance.com or haydenfilmsinstitute.org. And you can see more of our coverage of Comic-Con 2015 online. See you there.